my channel. My name is Laura, and today I'm going to share with you my COVID-19 journal. If you've been watching my channel, you know that every day I journal. I journal about everything. So I usually journal in my Hobonichi, which is my Fobonichi because it's a fake one. And I have a notebook in here, and every day I do a whole page and I write exactly what I did all day. If I watch TV, I write it down. If I read a book, I write it down. If I work, I do write it down. If I walk outside, I write it down because I have a really bad memory, and I really like to go back to my book and see exactly what I did on one particular day. So I've been doing this notebook for 6 years. I think I'm going on my 7th year in this. I don't share it every day because some days it's just so mundane and I do the same thing every single day. So yes. So I was continuing writing in here, and then COVID-19 started. And on March 16th was a half day of school. And starting on March 17th, they closed school. So I've been home in quarantine since March 17th. And I said to myself, I keep writing stuff in here. I think I want to make my own journal just about COVID-19 and keep this as a positive journal. So I'm still writing in here. I'm still writing, noting everything I'm doing every single day in here, but it's not COVID-19. I will mention it a little bit in here, but not all COVID-19. So I made a separate journal, and my separate journal is in this one here. I have an insert just for COVID-19. When COVID-19 started, there was a lot of stuff that coming over on Facebook. Lots of memes, lots of pictures, lots of quotes, everything. So I was writing everything down in here. I was writing journaling and everything. So I'm going to share with you what I've gotten here. This has been, I started this on March 19th. So it's almost a whole month. So today is April, today's the 19th? I don't even know what day it is. Today's April 16th, I think. Anyway, so I'm going to share with you because I already hit the halfway mark in my little notebook, and I'm just going to flip through and share. I don't know if I'm going to talk through it. I might just like flip through and put music, or I might talk. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So stay tuned. Okay, I am using an insert from Staples that I got for $1.99. It fits perfectly in an A5. This is a Cheek Sparrow notebook. Yeah, so that's what I have in here. I have that. This is my COVID-19, this book here. So it's getting really fat and chunky. So I did drawing here. And I did like glue stuff in and stuff. So I'm going to share with you what I did so far. This is my Bible journal. So this is my second journal in here. I'm not going to share with you that today. And then I have 2 blank notebooks in here as well. And these are just blank. So that's my setup in this book. I'm just going through my first one, which is this. I already hit the halfway mark. So here we go. So the first thing is my cover. And I just put, I got a picture from the internet, and I put COVID-19 pandemic 2020. And this was a prayer or a poem that Kitty O'Mara said on Facebook, and I just wrote and journaled in there. So I'm not going to read all my journaling unless I get something short and whatever. But that's what I started. I started this in March 2020. And the next page is March 19th. And I wrote, make sure you're finding things to do every day that spark joy. And this is the normal. That's how it used to be normal, and it was light and dark, and I put that picture in there. It says, one day we will breathe again. We will wake, and these days will be but a memory, fading into the timeline of our life. The sun will rise and set, the moon will gleam and we will once again live in the wonderful comfort of normal. So I thought that was really cool. So this, I started to have some anxiety. So here is my ideas of how to cope with anxiety, how to be blessed on the bottom, and I just wrote a whole bunch of stuff down. So just take note, stuff that I used to do to calm myself down. And yeah, so I used to go for walks, I used to exercise, I used to watch Netflix, I used to read a book. I always journaled. I made YouTube videos. I cooked. I baked. I used to play cards. I scrapbook. I do crafts and all that type of things. So it says, what am I struggling with now? I'm struggling to read or do art. My mind is racing and worried all the time. Netflix and exercising is helping at the moment. Wish I could read. So it did affect my reading. I cannot read at all. I'm still not focusing on one thing. But I did start reading. So yeah, I'll let you know as I go through. Okay, so the next page is just different things I got from the internet. Mostly my Facebook. I was printing these different things on my phone as they came up. I thought this was really cool. It says quarantine homeschooling. I still don't get it. Yeah, me neither. Unfortunately, you go to a really shitty school now. So yeah, sorry I didn't have that in frame. But yeah, I thought that was really cute and I put it in my book. So anything that came on the internet in the beginning, I was pinning everything. And yeah, so you'll see a lot of that stuff coming up. And then this is like the cases in Italy, the cases in the United States, the cases in Canada. And I stopped tracking on 3/21. So it was giving me too much anxiety. So that's why I stopped filling in the chart. There is the chart there. I was filling it in every day and I was just getting too chaotic. So here's a song list of different songs that you can play now. Armageddon, School's Out, Zombie by Cranberries, just a whole bunch of lists of songs that you could relate to COVID-19. So that's a song list. The next page is when I had my panic attack. I had a panic attack on March 20th. My husband got rushed to the urgent care. He went to the urgent care because he was coughing. He thought he had COVID, but he did not. He just had a cough. So he's fine. So I just journaled about what happened to me and how I couldn't breathe and stuff like that. I was worried. I was uncertain. I was lonely. Just different things like that. And then I just put this virus thing in here and different things. So again, just stuff that I took on my phone and I snapshot it. So that's that. Then the next page is also a lot of stuff that came over on the internet. I just started printing everything out and it was really getting a lot. You know, the grocery store hours have changed. I jotted all that down. It says, remember this. Let me read this one. If you know a teacher, please don't ask them if they are happy to have at least 3 weeks off, or tell them it must be nice to have 3 weeks off. No, we're not happy. We spend 7 hours a day, 5 days a week with our students. They become our kids. We want to see our kids. We want to go to work. We want our routine. While it looks like we are just sitting at home, we are doing anything but that. We are constantly thinking about our kids. We are wondering about the ones we know now depend on the school for food and warmth. We are wondering about the ones who need our hugs each day. We are wondering about the ones who live with grandparents in the risk group. We wonder about the ones that working moms who can't stay home and who are they with. We think about the ones who are just getting something and wonder if we can pick up where we left off and if we return. We think about how our kids are possibly finish this year and move on next year when there is so much left to teach this year. We wonder how we were going to possibly teach from home. We just want our normal back. Sorry about that. I got a little emotional reading that. Anyway, so here are daily quarantine questions that you could ask yourself. And this is, what am I grateful for today? Who am I checking in on and connecting with today? What expectations of normal am I letting go of today? How am I getting outside today? How am I moving my body today? And what beauty am I either creating, cultivating, or inviting in today? So yeah, so I was started to journal little things here and answering those questions. The next page is just I wrote the morning and what happened in the morning. And this is interrupt anxiety with gratitude. Then I was praying and I did some gratitude for that day, trying to do positive things. So you could see my journey has been starting to get very positive. So you'll start seeing things changing in here. So here we go. So here I am. I'm starting to pray. It says, but first pray. Sorry, I'm coughing. All right. So that's from speaking too much. But, okay. So the next day on the 22nd, I was on the internet. I was on Facebook. I just do Facebook. That's my social media. And I saw somebody eating a bat. So, yep. And that's when I said to myself, I should not be on Facebook anymore. I am not going on there because that was kind of gross. So I wound up drawing a bat there. Yeah. Someone said it looked like a moose, but anyway, it's supposed to be a bat. I saw somebody eating one, and it was kind of gross, and I got really grossed out. So I had to put that in my journal. And I am trying to stay away from the internet as much as I was before. So I started playing games with my kids. I started learning how to play games by myself because sometimes my kids are working or they're doing their schoolwork and I have to keep myself busy. So I learned some new solitaire games. So I did that there. And it was Sunday. So I just, I prayed to God here. It says, Dear God, we need you today more than ever. We have been worried all week and things are getting worse. Please save your people, bring peace to our hearts, and bring healing to our land. Then I started working on my bookshelf in the other room. So you've seen those videos because I've posted how that bookshelf came out. And I put another quote on the bottom here. And then I started turning to the Bible. So yes, you're going to see a lot of stuff from the Bible in here. I started praying. I got a Bible in the mail. And yeah, it says, Hear me, Lord. And I have a prayer here. I don't know if I should read. Okay, I'll read it. I have a lot on my mind and heart with all that is going on in the world and all across our nation with this virus. There are so many unanswered questions, situations, rules, and new regulations that will be affecting my life and family, financially and personally, and they are changing day by day. I believe that when someone asks you to pray for them, you pray because God called us to pray for one another, and prayer should be given wholeheartedly. Let's pray for each other today, regardless of who or what your spirited foundation. All prayers needed right now, prayers for all the health care workers and first responders and those with the virus. Please pray for all the many people in need. The world is in crisis right now, and we need prayer more than ever. Praying right now. Amen. And then I wrote, Hear me, Lord. On this page, I wrote a whole bunch of things that I am grateful for and blessed for. So it's just a list of things. Yes. And then they also told us schools will be closed until April 13th. So that was written in there. And then I started to Bible journal. Here we go. Here's my first page for Bible journaling. I did a course online and I made this page. It says peace over panic. I drew this and colored it in, and yeah, so it's also Psalms 29:11, which is the Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. So I just printed that off from the internet and I stuck it in as a tip-in. So here's my tip-in. And then on the back, I journaled about my fears. And then I put a song here by McKenna Hickson. It says Hope and Strength. And the next page, the prompt that we had, I joined a journaling group for Cheek Sparrow, a journaling group for COVID-19. So she's giving us, Victoria is the host, and she's giving us a whole bunch of prompts every single day. So this prompt was about hibernation and how we're feeling caged and isolated. So I printed up a bears, and I wrote about bears and how we're being hibernated, being into the house. And then this day I wrote about hope, and I was taking a quote from Deuteronomy 31:6. It says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. And then the next page is another Bible journal that I did. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. So I drew that and journaled about that. And then the question that we had for that day was, what am I missing the most? So I journaled about that on this page. Number 1 is the children. Number 2 is takeout. Number 3 is hugs and kisses. Number 4 is reading a book. Yes, I cannot read at all. It is so bad. Anyway, so that's what I journaled about that. The next page is just a quote that I got from the internet. And it says, when was the last time you did something for the first time? And the first time is my Bible journal. So this is my first time that I did Bible journaling. And I'm really enjoying it, and I'm continuing doing it, but I think I took it out of here and I did another insert because I didn't want it to be all in my COVID-19 notebook. So it did start in here, but I moved it out. So anyway, this page was a poem about hope. And the next page is a magazine art that I did, and the thing, I don't know what the quote was, but we had to do something. Anyway, I wound up making this. It says, terrifying, how to survive, dream, work, and money. That's here. Sleep is a struggle. What day is it? And then it says, just relax and go to sleep. This is life, a true story. And I thought that was really cool. So I took that all from my magazines. So yeah, I like that. I like how that page came out. The next page is more stuff that's quoted from the internet. And the people sat still, and the earth healed, and spring came, flowers bloomed, bringing hope and beauty back into the world. Yeah, so this is me and my kids. This is me and my girls. And we went to the mall. No, this is not now. This was in the past. It says, I miss this. And yeah, I missed that. That was 2 years ago, and it was normal at that time. So, you know how like Facebook always sends you like little things every month, every day I get something. So that's why I put that in there. Now here's the confirmed quotes. I started jotting down all the deaths and different things. And again, it brings me anxiety, so I stopped doing that. The next page is when you focus on the good gets better. And I did some, journaling and some coloring, watercolored. The next page is stuff that I got from the internet as well. I'm still taking pictures of everything when I go on the internet, but I'm trying not to go as much as I was in the beginning. So I really like this Kermit the Frog. This is really funny. Let's see if I could get it really close. It says, "I wonder if Target misses me too." And I thought that was really cute, and I added that into my book. And yeah, so that's that. And this I got from I got this in the mail. This is President Trump's about coronavirus. So I added that, and it tells you stuff, what to do. Yeah, it tells you what to do, how to stay away from coronavirus and all that. I got a Happy Mail. I'm really excited, so I added that in. Snail mail is awesome. So from a viewer, this is from Chris. Yep, I added it to my book, Chris. If you're watching this, it is in my book. I covered up my address and I covered up your address, but I added it into my book. So yep. What do you do every day as a ritual that will comfort you? And then I wrote down what I do. It says check with WW Connect, which I'm on there every day. If you are a member of WW Connect, I am, I think, 3 Moms Who Triplets 04. I think that's my username there. I also check Facebook every day, but I try to not go there too often because it keeps me in a loop and bad. I also journal and I also draw. So that's what's keeping me busy. And then it says, what am I worried about? Worried about who is vulnerable? The old people. I'm worried about the old people. I'm worried about my parents, my grandparents. I'm worried about my in-laws. So I journaled about that in here. This is the weekend, and I did a self-check. And I made my first mask. So here's my first mask. I made it on the sewing machine, but I didn't make the straps long enough. I was searching online, and I took I did a YouTuber that didn't do the measurements correctly, and my mask was a disaster. It didn't work. So yeah, so here's me going food shopping, and we got some food that day, and I had to wear my mask. This is a paper mask that I had found in my laundry room, so I went out and got that. I went to the farmer's market, and I journaled about ShopRite, how crowded it was, and all that. And the next page, I just put different things. I journaled about when I took a shower and I had a good day and all that. I was just journaling about the day. And then I started writing the COVID-19 cases down. Yeah, I have a chart here. And I started out really good in the beginning, and then I stopped doing it because I was getting agita. And then I got this here on 4/11. I got the numbers wrong, so I have a big question mark there. And then I just went on before I did my video, and this is the numbers for USA. And the first column is recovered. So 54,507 have recovered. There's 672,000 cases of it right now, and 34,000 deaths. So that's what's happening right this second, because I just looked it up before I did my video and I put it in there. So that's that. And then I journaled about New Jersey and how many cases. On the 31st, we had 18,000 cases and 267 deaths. And that's what I wrote in there. And I found a postcard from New Jersey, and I put it in there. I did a clip in. Yeah, we're having some problems in New Jersey. The Hasidic Jews in Lakewood are not staying not staying home and not doing social distancing. So they're going out and they're giving us a problem. The police department are giving a hard time. So I journaled about Lakewood here. And then I journaled about what I do with my kids as a fun thing. We played this game called Palace, and it's a really lot of fun. And I had 2 decks, and I added 2 decks, and it's really a lot of fun with 2 decks because it takes longer for the 4 of us to play. So that's that. And then I put an old picture of Daisy in here. That's her looking outside the window. And the thing that I journal, it says, when can we go outside? So, and I journaled about that there. And now I put a prayer for Passover, because April 2nd was Passover Seder. And we didn't really celebrate this year because we can't get to our family. So it just like skipped over. And stresses and strains, self-isolation, people going crazy from lockdown, and I just wrote that down there. I started Bible journaling. I've been writing my 3 things of gratitude in the bottom. Then the next page, I really love Sesame Street. Look, how cute is that? Anyway, it says, today is brought to you by the letter C and the number 19. So I thought that was funny. And then his a quarantine wardrobe. And I got that all from my Facebook group. So, yeah. And it says no means stay outside. And here's my masks that are mandatory in New Jersey now. And this is the mask that did not work. And I used it for Daisy. She has a hat now. So, yeah. So I journaled about that. And then so far we've been in 3 weeks of quarantine. And I journaled about that and how I'm missing hugs and kisses because we are distancing. So that's that. And then FaceTiming. Are you FaceTiming anybody? And they wrote, hello, hello, hello. Am I FaceTiming anybody? Not really. Just my WW. I go to the WW meeting. And now the next day, I actually made more masks. And I got the right measurements this time. So I made another black and hardened mask. And I made some other ones so you could see the fabrics that I used. Yes, I gave it to my children so they get to wear it if we need to. Yeah. And then it says on April 6th, imagine if your quarantine is over, what would you do first? And I just journaled about where I would go to eat and stuff. And 5 things to help you create a life well lived in COVID-19, a new normal. So I journaled about that. The next page is, tomorrow you see an elderly person fall, what would you do? So I journaled about that. And then I got another happy mail in the mail from Christine. Yes, I added it to my book again. This time, she sent me a whole bunch of little things. So I did a flip thing. So look, I made a flip thing of all the things that she sent me. It is a card that has a Shih Tzu on it. And I glued the little objects that she sent me. And it also opens this way. It's really cool. So I added it into my book like that. So, yep, I did use everything. So then I got my Bible. So here's my Bible, and I made a cover for it. So I journaled about that. And I did a lot of watercoloring on that page. And then we had to do a challenge and a solution. So the challenge was to get food and toilet paper, bill payments, dental payments, Bible study. So, and then I wrote my solution to that. And on this page, I wrote, it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. So this is all the stuff that I started new since COVID-19 started. And I used Mickey Mouse as my theme for that page. And then what am I reading? So, yep, I started reading the Bible. Yes, I'm reading the Bible. Yeah, I'm not reading a novel. I'm reading a Bible. So this is what I'm reading. And then, what day is it, says Pooh. It's today, squealed Piglet. My favorite day, said Pooh. And I'm losing track of time, so that's why I journaled that. The next page is what everything happens for a reason. If you don't know the reason why now, you will know soon. Just give it some time, someday. And I just journaled about if I think that it is for a reason why we have COVID-19. Then I journaled about my health and how I feel and what changed. And I definitely need some lotion because my hands are getting really dry. You could see the crackling in my hands. So, yeah, I had to put lotion on it now because of washing my hands so much. And does anything else still not know how to feel about all of this? So I just journaled more about that. And then on today's topic was May 1st, will the United States open back up? And I wrote, nope, we are not opening back up. New Jersey, I think, is closed till the end of June. So we might go back in September. I doubt that we were going back before the school closes. So that is all that I journaled about. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I did a pen test in the back. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you were journaling about COVID-19. I hope you are taking everything down and writing it down because you will need it for your children when they get older. It would be nice to leave it for them and say, oh, wow, this is something that happened to us. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.